In order to be able to take this puzzle cube home and not lose the pieces, what we're going to do is create a little package for it. Okay? And you might notice that on this package, I have pictures of each of the sides of my actual puzzle cube. So for me, this is the top, the front, the right side, the left side, the back, and then underneath is the bottom. This is going to act as an answer key then later on to help you out. All right? So there's a template that we're going to use, and you have to use a program called CorelDRAW, which is something that we're learning how to use. And this is one that's in our computer lab. Okay? You can't use your Chromebook in order to build this up. But this is the actual flat pattern for our package. And what we're looking at here is this is the top, and there's a couple of tabs here that we're going to use to fold and give it extra strength. This one actually makes the back, the bottom, and the front. And then we have our left and our right side here. So what you're going to do is go up to File and Import, and you have to get pictures of your actual puzzle from each side. So use your Chromebook in order to do that and get pictures. Okay. So I'm going to bring in one image at a time, so I'll import it. And notice when this happens, it gives you this little ruler. All you need to do is just click, and it draws or puts the picture right there. This is way larger than what we need to do, so we have to crop this. So on the left-hand side, we're going to use our crop tool. And I'm going to click pretty close to it, but not right exactly on the edge, and draw a rectangle around my puzzle. Once it's perfect, I'm just going to hit Enter on the keyboard. Make sure that you change back to your pick tool, which is this arrow, and then you're able to move this into position. Okay? So it needs to go right here. This is the top view for my part, so I'm going to put it on the lid, but it's too big. So what I want to do is change it so that it's 2.375 by 2.375, and then hit Enter. Now it's the perfect size, and I can just bring it over, place it right where it needs to go. And if you're not perfect with this, it's okay, but you can use your arrow keys on your keyboard in order to shift this into place. Okay? So you're going to repeat that step and that process for each one of these so that we have our top, our back, our bottom, and our front, and then we have our left and right side. Keep in mind, as this thing folds together, what ends up happening is some of these we actually have to place upside down. So for example, here's my top. I need to make sure that my back goes in the appropriate way, or when we fold it together, the image might be actually upside down and not show us the true back side of it. Okay? So this is one of those things before we print it, you're going to want to make sure that you get it checked so that we have it done properly, because we get one shot at this printing. Once you're printed, whatever it is, that's the box that you get. All right. Make sure that you do save. This file is not something that you can just open and close like you can on Shape. What we need to do here is go up to File, Save As, and then we need to go to our Google Drive and save this image to our Google Drive. What I always recommend you do whenever you save something is put your last name to it, underscore, and then whatever it is, so that when we go to search for this later, we know exactly what it is. So for example, I'm going to say Sanders underscore PuzzCube Pattern, and then I click Save. All right, so once this is saved, you now have the abilities to get it printed. In order to do that, we're going to have to transfer that to a USB drive so that we can print it. So you go up to File, Save As, and then we're searching for one of our USB drives. So here's an example of one of our USB drives, right? So we plug that in, and notice what happens when I plug this in. You're going to see a new drive appears on the left-hand side. And right here it says USB. Okay? You'll click on that, save it here, making sure you're following the same pattern as your last name underscore, whatever it is. And then I can save to the USB. Now the file is ready to print. And all you need to do is come over to Mr. Sanders, come over to me, and I will help you get that printed.